of where we are. So let's dive in here to a topic that's super important to me. And what I want to do is I want to start out and talk about us finishing strong. Do we have any Tennessee Volunteer fans in here? I know if Janet Black was on here, she'd be raising her hand. I know we got a few, but they won the College Baseball World Series night before last. I know we've got some Braves fans on here. Boy, they've been injury plagued this year. But let's use baseball. We're in the middle stretch of the baseball season for the major leagues. Kids are playing baseball, travel ball is going on. And let's think about this analogy for a minute, because I am going to do a training here, but I want to bring it all together and kind of tie a bow around it. When you play baseball, there's an objective. And that objective is to get across the plate and score runs. You're going to finish the game, and you finish strong by you having crossed the plate more times than your opponent. It's pretty obvious. I'm not trying to restate the obvious there, but in order to finish strong, sometimes you got to run hard and you got to slide and get underneath the tag. There's extra effort put forth to finish what you started. Maybe you got on first base and it's sacrifice fly and it's an error up the middle, but you've worked your way around the bases and you got a shot to get that one more run to win the game, to finish what you started, and you take off instead of just waiting and say, no, we'll do it next inning. Now you want to win the game, and you go in feet first, under the tag, and you win the game. And that's what we all want to do with our business, I think. I mean, it's what I want to do. It's what I want to do with life, not just our business. With my life, things that I start, endeavors that I enter into, I want to finish strong. I think it's biblical. I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's what leaders do. You begin with the end in mind and you stay focused on that, you know? It's just like in our business, you've heard me say, if your end in mind is the next customer, you'll get the next customer. If your end in mind is 5 amazing leaders so that you can have a national marketing director position, 6-figure income and benefits, and you stay focused on that till you get it, you're going to get a bunch of customers because everybody won't say yes to the business. But if your end in mind is to become that national marketing director and find those 5 key people, that's what you're going to do. But a lot of you have your end in mind is just that one next customer. And that's small vision. It's okay. I mean, I understand that's where Lori and I started, but we evolved and gained confidence and gained belief. So we start each month with a goal, with a plan. And I'm not gonna get into all that detail, but we're talking about rhythms here, and we're talking about finishing this month, finishing what you started, not enabling procrastination, and you're gonna hit it feet first, slide in under the tag, okay? But let's look at what's the alternative in life if we use the baseball illustration. This is one of the saddest statistics. It makes your heart hurt. And it's runners left on base, but the real way to say it is runners left in scoring position. You know, how many people did you leave on base that could have scored, but you didn't finish what you started that inning? Your target is home plate. How many times is it not worked out for you, and you've been left standing on base when the month ended? Just think about it for a minute. How many times have you left the month end because you were on first base and you didn't think you could finish? Maybe you were on second base and didn't think you could finish. But you don't want your legacy, you don't want your track record in this business to be, how many months did I leave people on base? How many months did I leave opportunities in scoring position, but I just didn't finish? I let procrastination rule my roost. You know, and this really goes down to what's your motivation? What are your goals? What's driving you? I mean, I think about the paycheck you could have had, the promotion you could have had. I think about what are the consequences of not finishing what you started. Are you aggressively pursuing that end? Are you focused on it? Is that your target? As Stephen Covey would say, the end, is that end in mind strong enough to make you do the things you need to do today, this week, to gain that, to get that? And I know you've heard me talk about this a lot, but what I don't want you to do is to grab a hold of this and let it be your eternal safety net. And that is, yes, our company is wonderful. It's the company with a heart. And they give you an opportunity to restart. Now, our express track, getting your family on the product and partner plussing, which is really just your family buying it at the best price. Doing that in 10 days, you get a significant bonus. That's the express track. And right now, there's even more. We'll talk about it in a minute. But you get a $100 bonus. If you do it in 30 days, you only get 50. That's the fast track. To get to our second level, if you do it in 30 days, that's you helping 3 families do what you did. That's QSC, Qualifying Sales Coordinator. $400 bonus if you do it in 10. Way less if you do it in 60. I'm sorry, if you do it in 30, you get the bigger bonus, Express Track. If you do it in you have 60 days to get the smaller bonus. And same thing with Sales Coordinator. It's you helping 3 people do what you did, make QSC, and you're a sales coordinator, top pay level in the company, a couple $1,000 plus in title rewards, and in 90 days. If you do it in 6 months, it's a little less bonus. But what we want to do is you don't want to always say, I missed the express track, I'll restart fast track. I'll restart my fast track. I'll restart my fast track. That's enabling procrastination to rule the roost in your life. I've seen so many people that rolled up their sleeves and finished what they started. So that's what I want you to think about right now. As you gather together your resources, as you gather together your team of people, and we're looking at June the 30th as qualifiers. It's the end of the month. That's your finish line. That's your home plate. What are you going to do to make sure that happens for you? What are you going to do to make sure you create the paycheck you plan to create? What are you going to do to make sure you've got the customers you plan to get? The new partner pluses, the new QSCs, maybe the new sales coordinators. Maybe it's you being in qualification for PB or POB. If you don't know what some of those terms are, certainly get with your upline, okay? Or get on the boards app. And all those resources are there for you. But what we're trying to do is to make sure that, number one, see, it's funny. Some of you I don't know really well. Some of you I do know well. Some of you that are watching the recording, someone sent you this as a recording, and maybe we've never met. But I love being, hopefully, a positive impact on your life in this virtual community. It's kind of fun to know to see what your reach can be beyond where you can drive and get on an airplane instantly, So, what I want you to know is that I've been down this road before. I've been exactly where you are in this business at some point in time. So you're staring at a week to close out your month to hit your goals, and it's like walking across this bridge. I promise you, in my 36, almost 37 years in this business, I have stared down that bridge. I have doubted I could do it, and I've walked that bridge that's in front of you. And the cool thing here is I know you can do it because it's been done. Some of you don't believe you can do it, and really my goal is right now is to let you know that it's June 26th. Our compensation plan is so amazing that there are at least 5 people that are paid to work for you. They're your upline. They're your support team. If you don't know who they are, call your sponsor. Call your upline national marketing director. If you don't know, call the company, 901-850-3000, and they will let you know who your 5 people are for you to plug into to help you. So it's June 26th. You and your team need to get in the war room on a conference call, on a Zoom call, on a 3-way phone call, and plan out how you're going to finish this month. You've been in a battle. There's a battle to win right now for your paycheck, for your promotions, and you need to finish what you started. It's going to feel so good for you not to just throw everything into restart mode, okay? And we want to help you do that. I know you can do it because I've been there, done that. But since you haven't been there, done that yet, it's a new goal, it's a new bridge for you to cross. I want you to know you can, and I want you to tell me I will, because I know you can do it. And this will be the halfway point. We finished this month. We are halfway through 2024. Is that like scary how fast the first half of the year's gone by? We're about to celebrate almost, a couple more years. We'll be celebrating the 250th celebration of our freedom as a country in America. I remember when we celebrated the bicentennial. I guess this will be a bicentennial and a half. I don't know what you call the 250th, but we're close. Yeah, in 2026 we'll be there. But we get to celebrate the 4th of July, be proud of our flag, be proud of our country, be grateful that we're in America with freedoms we have. But I want you to finish this month so that you can say, put your, as you're on a lake, floating down a river, in a swimming pool, at the beach, at a picnic, wherever you might be on the 4th, eating some amazing cold watermelon in this hot weather. There's nothing better than cold watermelon in the heat of the summer. Wherever you're going to be, what if you could say, you know what, it was tough, but I had some big goals in June. It was the first month I didn't let my native instincts just to put it off. You know what I said? If I'm ever going to build the business I want to build to create generational income for my family, that reliable, consistent, faithful income, this time I'm going to finish what I started. What if you could say that as you're celebrating the 4th of July, celebrating the freedom you're creating for you and your family? That's what this business did for Lori and I. It created freedom. Not just financial freedom. Yeah, we've made more money than we ever dreamed we'd make. But you know what? It's the time freedom. It's the ability to have options and say yes and make choices and make decisions and choices that you want to make, not that the way you create a paycheck determines for you. Okay? All right. So our training today is really connected to you finishing strong. Our training today is really going to be about you not letting procrastination. You know what? I just came up with this phrase, this quote, maybe 2 months ago. And maybe somebody else said it. I don't know. I think it's a Kurt original, but it doesn't matter. Don't let procrastination determine your destination. Isn't that wonderful? Don't let what you put off, don't let what you start and don't finish determine where you end up. Is that what you want for you and your family? To let the things that you put off, don't finish, that you just start but you don't finish. Do you want that kind of effort and output to determine where you end up in your destination? I don't. I don't think you do either. So let's talk about it for a minute. What does it really mean? Well, this will set you up straight. If you're letting procrastination determine your destination, what does that mean? Well, procrastination means to put off intentionally. That you made a decision not to finish. So you put off intentionally the doing of something that should be done. Now that's powerful. You set goals at the beginning of the month. You made a plan, and you should finish what you started. Procrastination is to put off intentionally the doing of something that should be done. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel like I don't do that? That's not me? Let me hear a comment in there, or does that make you feel like, wow, I do that on a regular basis with my business. I set goals, I make plans, and then I just let life determine what happens. I put off intentionally things that should be done. Maybe it's laziness. Maybe it's lack of belief. Maybe it's feeling like you're doing it alone because you don't have an upline that's there with you to do it. A lot of times in our business, and this is the consequences of technology and the internet. When I got started in this business, I had a pager. Always had coins in my pocket for the payphone. And I was constantly either on my way to meet with somebody on the way from meeting with somebody, and I had my pager and my coins, and I could stop and call somebody else if I needed to make a phone call or they needed me. But I didn't have links to videos, documents, Zoom calls. When I brought somebody in this business, I didn't have a choice but to do it with them. I had to teach them hands-on. We did it together. And I believe people joined me because they wanted to do something with me as much as they loved Juice Plus or they loved our company and our business model. I'm not sure how many of them would have just done it as a loner if they hadn't felt like this is going to be fun. Kurt and I respect each other, love each other, have a great time together. And Kurt and Lori and I, we're going to do this business and it's going to be a blast together. What if that's somebody's expectation and you send them a bunch of links and say, sick them? That may be why they procrastinate, because they thought you were going to be there with them, and now that they know you're not, wow, they feel alone. Their belief is shrunk because I did a whole training in Ohio this past weekend. That new person, they're living off of your confidence and belief until they have their own. And what if they all of a sudden feel like you're not with them? That you've sent them resources to go do it on their own, but you're not with them anymore. They're probably going to procrastinate, put it off because they don't have confidence in their self. So think about, why would you procrastinate, or why would somebody on your team procrastinate? Maybe you can solve that problem. That may be your shortest cut to finishing what you started this month. But don't be foolish. Your procrastination. Just think about, and what I want you to realize is, I think sometimes when we realize what the consequences of our actions are going to be, it stops us from maybe doing that wrong action. So the consequences of your procrastination, well, it's going to impact your destination. It's going to impact deadlines you said you were going to meet. It's definitely going to impact your paycheck. It's going to keep you from getting a promotion and the ability to not leave money on the table, pick up a title reward. Maybe it's like, if you finish what you started this month, you start getting benefits as a new national marketing director. Maybe if you finish what you started this month, you'd get an extra 3% bonus on your whole team, which will be the largest part of your paycheck down the road, just because you qualified for your performance bonus. I don't know. But there are consequences of you procrastinating, and you need to make sure you know what they are. Then when you decide to procrastinate, remember, see, you think it's just a matter of not finishing, and that's just life. But you go back to our definition of procrastination. It's the intentional. It's the intentional putting off intentionally the doing of something that should be done. Okay? So when you decide to procrastinate, and you did decide it's intentional, you need to know what the consequences are, because if it's intentional that you do it, it can also be intentional that you don't do it and you roll up your sleeves and you finish what you started this month. It's so clear to me. I love Dr. Tim Elmore. My daughter worked for his organization as an intern when she was in college. It's called Growing Leaders, growingleaders.com. What a great name of a business. It's actually a nonprofit, Growing Leaders. He's one of the 5 executives that run the John Maxwell organization too. There are 5 that are John's right arms. He can't just have one right arm. He needs 5. He's got so much going on. But Tim is one of the greatest at using pictures to illustrate. And to me, there's 2 pictures here. Both of them are bodies of water, right? Immediately you see different colors in the water. You see white water on the right. You see stuff floating on the left. Maybe it's a little different color. So if you live a life of procrastination, it means your water, your current, your flow. If you were water, it means it never gets where it needs to go. It just sits there. And what happens to a pond or a body of water that just sits? It gets stagnant. It breeds mosquitoes. It grows algae. And it's nasty. that body of water on the right, it's a river. It's always moving, it's flowing. It can even, over time, it can change the route. It can create its own path to get to that ocean or bigger river that it dumps into. But it is a force of water, always fresh, moving in a direction to reach its destination. And that's just the way it does life. That's the way that river, that body of water, it's the way it does life. It's moving and heading towards its destination every single minute, day, week, and month. That's what I want to be. I want to be a powerful river that knows the ocean I'm heading towards, and I don't want anything to stop me from continuing to head in that direction. Yeah, when you'll see places where the river's wider and the water flows slower. It's flowing, but it may not be white-capped where you can see the rush, but it's flowing. And there are places where it's thinner and more narrow, and it's turbo mode, white water going through those narrower gaps. But it knows that it's not going to procrastinate and sit and get stagnant and breed mosquitoes and get nasty and smelly. It's going to keep heading where it needs to go. Which one are you? I know which one you want to be, but which one are you actually being right now? Does your business look more like the powerful river because you start each month well and you finish strong, you finish what you started? Or do you continually procrastinate and you're building up a stagnant pond? It's okay wherever you are, but you need to know so you can change it. Does the end of the month keep your business stagnant, or does the end of the month see you move forward and further towards your goal? That's what you have to ask yourself. All hands on deck. That's what we're calling for right now. I got mine in my email. You got a new downline and growth report. It's time for you to look at it and see where you are and call in your support team. Who did you do your coaching call at the beginning of the month with? How many of your teammates did you coach? They should be calling you. But you're going to pull those people together. You're going to see where you are. How far are you towards hitting the goals you said you were going to hit this month? And then you come up with a plan of attack to finish what you started. Even if this is the first time you've ever done it, do something that's hard. Step out of your comfort zone. Finish this month with the plans you made. And then you'll be so happy. You'll celebrate between now and the 4th when you're waiting on that paycheck that you created. You stuck with your plan and you didn't let procrastination rob you of what you should have gotten. Okay? Now, it's never been easier than it is right now. We have a kind of a celebratory, the end of the year of our 30th anniversary, 30th birthday of Juice Plus. It's $10 to sign up. I mean, literally, I know the difference between $52 and $10 is not going to make or break somebody starting this business, but it just takes the question like, why wouldn't you do this? You know, I like to say, everybody I talk to, all my intelligent friends see this as just a no-brainer. It's $10. You get your $190 back when you get your family on the product and do Partner Plus. That's $100 title reward, $90 retail profit back if you do 3 trios. And then you're going to get $100 of free product. And just what they've just added in addition to what you're already getting, so maybe it's $110 worth now. You're getting free Luminate samples too. So you're getting everything, and it's a no-brainer. If you need help on this, whoever your upline is, make sure they can connect you so that you know. But if you go to sign up, it will only be $10, and then these things will fall into place as soon as within 10 days, you get your order and your family's orders done. Partner Plus is right there. If you do that, a couple quads and maybe some Luminate, a couple quads and some Complete, or maybe it's you, your spouse, get your kids on it for free, and your grandmom or your sister or your aunt or uncle or somebody jumps in there to support, maybe a third child to get it free, whatever. Okay, so that's available right now. Our weekly text messages, just text "wake up" to 478-377-7701. And Trey, you might put that in the comments, just because I'm going to move on and people may be trying to grab that and copy that. But that's just a once a week Monday. We just try and get on the same page and kick our week off, so we don't procrastinate and start the week on Wednesday. We don't want to miss our full week, okay? Phoenix. You need to make sure you're signed up for Phoenix. It's going to be, I mean, from talking to Gina last night, from talking to Shay O'Brien, one of our company owners from the UK, he'll be with us at the Blue Ridge Boot Camp. And I just found out today, it's a secret surprise, but Mitra Ray is going to be there too. Yoo-hoo, that's going to be great. And we're so excited about that. Dr. Mitra Ray, a biochemist from Seattle, she's going to be there. And but you want to make sure you're at the September conference. It's going to be the best ever. Again, what I was saying, from talking to Gina, Stephen Millman, Shay O'Brien, Travis, it will be like no conference you've ever seen before. It'll definitely be the hottest conference we've ever been to. Phoenix in September, it's going to be rocking hot, you know. But so is the inside of that building and the air condition, because the company has amazing things planned for us. If you're a national marketing director, I've heard that the national marketing director meeting to give us insights into what's the future of the company looks like and some of the things they're going to share with us. They said it's going to be like if national marketing director meetings in the past have been a 1 on a scale to 1 to 10, our national marketing director meeting in Phoenix, along with everything else, they were just talking about this, it's going to be a 10 if the others have been a 1 in the past, just as a comparison. We've got new videos. They're not new anymore, about 30, 60 days ago, but they're just reasons why we need to focus on recruiting right now with the condition of our economy, the lack of leadership in our country. You need to focus on that. And that's on my website and on our YouTube channel. And we have 2 more calls left that we have on the calendar right now. July 2nd is kicking off the month. Start well. It's next week. And then July 24th is our Finish Strong call. We are not doing a special training in July. And this is what I want to close and focus on. Monday night, July 1st, Julie Herbst and Wendy McGlon are going to present for you our brand new business presentation. It's been designed from ground up. It shares some of the crisis and problems that are going on in our culture today, including inflation and debt and fuel and food prices, and shows what our Juice Plus business can do to create a part-time family income. You know, that $790 every individual in America needs just to live at the same level they lived at 3 years ago because of inflation and what's happened in our country the last 3 years. Or it could show you how to create life-changing generational income for your family. I like to call it reliable, consistent, faithful income that's there every month so that you have the opportunity to make choices and have options. Okay? So that is Monday night. Maybe, I don't know if Trey can, maybe he can post that flyer, that image in the comments. I know there's the Zoom IDs on there, but it'll be on the Wendy Campbell, who's on my team. She's amazing, and Julie and Wendy are leaders there. It's their once a month kick off the month call, but this one's going to be unique and special because it's our new presentation. Yes, it will be recorded. They're always recorded and available. So thanks for joining us today. Stay cool. Jump in the lake, jump in the pool, do something fun to keep yourself cool this summer. I hope you have a great finishing of the month. Let's decide we're going to do something we've never done before and finish all these things we started. I'd love to hear the stories back in these comments of, you know what, Kurt? You've been hounding me on this for a year, that rhythm of finishing strong. And I've been talking about it, saying I'm going to do it. But June of 2024, boom, put a stake in the ground. I did it for the first time. I did roll up my sleeves. I did not let procrastination determine my destination for my business in the month of June 2024. I did something about it. Let's all go do that, okay? Have a great day. Thanks for joining us, and share this. It'll be on Facebook and be on YouTube soon.